Yo guys, welcome back to the YouTube video. In this video, I will be teaching you how to wheelie any mountain bike in just a couple steps. Step number one, wear your safety gear. Wear a helmet if you've never done a wheelie before, and even if you know how to wheelie, wear your helmet because sometimes your brakes can cut out and you can fall over and hit your head in the back. I used to not wear helmets and I regret doing that because I did a wheelie, my brakes didn't work, and I went over and I hit my head. So always wear your helmets even though you think you're good or not. Step number two, make sure your bike's in a good condition to even wheelie. Make sure your brakes are good. Make sure your suspension's good. Make sure your seat's good. This seat's a little banged up, but I did get a new seat and it's coming. But make sure your bike's just good in general. Brakes is your friend when it comes to wheelies. You want to make sure that works 100%. You should be able to drag your back wheel like this with one finger when you're on the bike. Obviously, your back wheel should stop like this, but can you stop your wheel when you're on it with one finger like that? You want to make sure your brakes are that good because brakes, it's what's going to keep you from not going over backwards. Step number three, make sure that your seat is at the right height for wheelies. And how would you know that? Is you should be just like barely tippy toeing. I mean, it's a preference though. If your seat's too low, then your legs are gonna be just too high up, pedaling like that, and that's not what you want. You want it up higher. I am lucky enough to have a hydraulic seat. I think most bikes come like this nowadays. But when I was growing up, when I was like 8, 10 years old, I did not have this fancy stuff. I had to keep, adjusting it with an Allen wrench or the, pull tab right here. But yeah, find your perfect seat height. And if you have a hydraulic seat and you can keep changing it, just try to get in the habit of finding like the right height every single time. So like what I mean by that is every single time I ride, I know I'm like this height just because I'm tippy toeing. If I'm flat footed, that's too low. You want it so you're tippy toeing. Well, that's my preference. I mean, you gotta find your preference, but I know for a fact the seat cannot be too low. Step number 4 is making sure that you're using your pointer finger for the brake lever. I've seen kids using their middle finger, their, just 4 fingers. You wanna just use your pointer finger. That is your best friend when it comes to biking in general, because when you're wheeling, you can't have 4 hands, or not 4 hands, 4 fingers on your brake lever like this. I mean, that's the worst that I've seen from a kid. You just want to use one finger like this. Okay, for the next step, you want to hop on your bike and practice just popping up your wheel like this. You just want to learn how to pop it up. If you're struggling to pop it up, you can always push down and pedal up like that. Definitely have the suspension unlocked in the front if you have front suspension. If not, it's not the biggest deal. Another thing is your gearing has to be right. If it's too high of a gear, you're probably not gonna get it up. If it's too low, you're probably not gonna get it up either. You want it in the right gearing. So I try to mess around, find what's best for you. You wanna have enough torque in the gear to obviously be able to pedal and lean back and pop the wheel up like that. So yeah, it's very hard to explain on video how to wheelie. It's pretty easy to teach in person. And always remember, the key thing is always have your pointer finger on that brake. Because if you're coming up like this and you go up and you go far back, hit the brake and your wheel will always come down. So that brake is your best friend with wheelies. You come up, hit the brake, come back down. So it's that brake is gonna save you from going over backwards like that. And that's how you hit your head. And that's why you gotta make sure that your bike is working properly, because you want that brake to work 100% or else you could get hurt. So yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna go over the biggest problem that I see with wheelies is people who are learning them are chasing their wheelies. What I mean by that, it's like a power wheelie. It's when you come up and you're like that and you're trying to run and save it. You can't keep it up. And the people start pedaling faster and faster, and then to the point where the wheel just comes down. That's not really a wheelie. That's just putting up your wheel in the air. A wheelie is you can hold the same speed, maintain the same speed, and still continue the wheelie. Most kids, when they're learning, power wheelies, so they're pedaling faster and faster trying to keep the wheel up. That's not balancing. It kind of is, but not really. you want to get the wheelie up high enough where you don't have to pedal faster and faster. And that's where your brakes come in handy, because it is scary to go back even more. So you want to come up, you want to lean back, and just try to get that balance point. It's not that easy, but with practice, it's not that hard. It just takes practice is all it is, and commitment. Most people are too scared to sit on the seat and lean back. I see a lot of people standing up doing this, like trying to wheelie and stand up at the same time. That's not good at all. I used to do that, I'll admit, but 100% you want to stay on the seat. You don't want to stand up and do a wheelie. I don't even think people do that unless they're on a legit wheelie bike, those SE bikes. But on a mountain bike, you want to stay seated the whole time. One thing that helped with me with wheelies is practice them going uphill and downhill. When you're going downhill, it's easier to get the wheel up, and it's easier to go over backwards though, because the hill, it's kind of hard to explain, but when you're going downhill, it's definitely like easier to pop it up. And then when you're going uphill, it's easier to maintain the same speed, because obviously it's an incline when you're pedaling fast. So obviously it's going to be easier going uphill, harder to pedal though. But to learn how to balance without pedaling and hit that balance point, going downhill is probably the easiest, because you want to be able to pedal in a wheelie and then stop pedaling like this. I forgot to mention, and I regret not mentioning this, if you have a full suspension mountain bike, you definitely want to lock the back suspension, because this is obviously a hardtail, and like a full suspension mountain bike, the frame is just going to bend, and it's just going to be, not bend, but like, you know, suspension is going to sink in, and it's going to be really hard to wheelie. That is pretty much it for how to do a wheelie. It's a lot easier than it sounds. It's just a lot of practice. It's a lot of time. With time comes, you know, good wheelies. So just practice a lot. It took me a while to learn, but now I'm pretty good at it. And the biggest thing is hitting the balance point and hitting that brake. So just like this. It doesn't even matter if you pop it up and hit the brake instantly. Even that is good. Like, just practice getting the wheel up as high as possible. And always remember, even if you do go over, that's the worst that can happen. Okay guys, so that is a wrap of the YouTube video. If you have any questions on how to wheelie, or if I didn't make something clear, please comment it down below and I'll respond to you guys. And yeah, so hope you learned something from this video. And remember, practice is key, and the brake and hitting that balance point. Just keep getting it back up. So thank you for watching this YouTube video, and stay tuned for more like this.